A common good legislation. What that means to me is that people are going to vote on their convictions. People ought to vote on what's going to be beneficial to themselves and what's going to be beneficial to others in the process. A common good legislation means charity with others and relating to one another, because the only way we're going to stand as a country is if we're together. There are people of many different backgrounds, many different creeds, many different colors, many different religions. It's like what was said about one of my old universities being a Christian university. It wasn't just a Christian university. There are many faiths that are part of it. And the way we did well as a class is when we embraced each other. Now, I've seen this video on McCain, what he expressed and what he wants as far as a person in leadership. And one of the points that he mentioned that I wanted to address, what he said, America turned out to be the greatest experiment because of Christianity. My question is, what experiments exactly was he referring to? Was it pride? Was it taking the image of Christ, putting fire on it, and targeting a certain group of people? Was it misappropriation of Christ's teachings when he said, love others and not hate others and seek out others and try to burn other people's religious books? Oh yeah, that's a Christian tradition, misappropriating the words of Christ. And also, as far as who he wants in office, here's who I want in office. Somebody who supports the common good legislation, as I mentioned earlier in this video. Somebody who cares about the well-being of self and cares about the well-being of others in the process equally, that they're not better than another person. A third point, as far as spiritual guidance goes, no doubt, number one, the supernatural realm does exist. For those that deny it, it does exist. And there are many spiritual forces and or guides and are focal points. I know I have mine. I have a personal relationship with mine. And do you know what my guide has told me to do? Love others. Pray for others. Don't judge others. That's what the spiritual guide in my life has told me. To be there for others. I work in a public place. There are many different people. And you know something? I have an obligation to love others. And the thing is, sometimes I've failed because it is so easy to get in the flesh. It's so easy to do the natural reaction. And, you know, and just to address to, as far as what McCain said, it doesn't matter what you say to people. The main thing is charity has to be in your heart. You know, you want to talk about toting the Bible? Check out, what is it? 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1, and I'm reading. This is Apostle Paul speaking. He says, if I could speak all languages of earth and angels, which means if I could have all this knowledge, I could know what way is the way and what way isn't the way. But if I didn't love others, I sound like a whole bunch of pans and pots and cooking apparel falling from the sky and hitting the pavement. That would sound better than me. And we live in a country where people, no matter what they're believing, they don't have charity in their heart. And is that one of the experiments that McCain was talking about? Let alone in the name of Christ? Going out and hurting others? All these wars that have been started, is that Christian-like? Bombing people because they believe differently or they don't have enough money as you? That's Christian-like? There's a lot of people that tote the name of Christ that truly do not know who Christ is. And it's no wonder that people have this sort of, when they hear the name of Christ, I don't blame you. All these false representatives of Christ that have been running around for the past hundreds of years. The bottom line is, and I'll close with this, A tree is known by its fruit. An apple tastes a certain way. An apple will have a certain scent. but if there's an orange that's saying I'm an apple and it don't look like an apple, it doesn't smell like an apple, it doesn't taste an apple, then likely it's not an apple. Think about what I just said rhetorically. I'm interested in a common good legislation. A president that's going to care about my needs, their own needs, the needs of others, and seek balance and harmony. The only way we're going to make it as a nation, and even as a world, is if we embrace each other with true charity and true love, and not hate differences, but embrace them. That's it. Bye.